How's it going, everybody? I'm Eric with 3 Crown Studio, and in this video, I want to discuss whether or not you should be recording to a click track. Now, some people love click tracks, they find them absolutely necessary, and others hate click tracks and think that they kill the humanity in a performance. The fact is, it's an important decision that can absolutely make or break the final outcome of any production. So what's the right answer? Should I record to a click track? Should I not record to a click track? Let's talk about it. So recording to a click track simply means that you're recording along with a metronome of some sort. This ensures that you have a consistent tempo on every single take that you record. One of the first questions I like to ask when trying to decide whether or not to use a click track is, am I going to be capturing this as an entirely live performance, or do I plan on building up this production and making changes as I go? Recording a performance entirely live is one of the few scenarios in which I would almost always choose not to use a click track. I want them to relax, forget about the microphones, and just simply do what they do best so that I can capture that amazing moment. So let's say that we're recording a song that consists of drums, bass, rhythm and lead guitar, and vocals. And we're going to be recording all of these parts one at a time, not live. This is a scenario in which it would be a really good idea to use a click track. And let me explain why. The first thing we need to record in this case is some sort of a track for everybody else to play along with. Let's just say that that's the rhythm guitar. If we record that initial part to a click track, we can ensure that we have a nice consistent tempo for everybody else to play along with. That way, when it comes time to record drums, the drummer won't have a problem following along with the tempo. Now that we've got a rhythm guitar part and drums recorded to a click track, we know we have a solid foundation to build off of. And from there on out, we can choose to turn the click off if we want to, and everyone else can just record along with that foundation that we've created. For most artists, performing along with a metronome can feel a little unhuman or unnatural, and I get that. It's why a lot of people don't like click tracks. And it's for this reason that when I do choose to use a click track for a song that we're going to be recording, I like to try to get off of the click as soon as possible. What I mean by this is I'll use the click track to record the initial parts, even if they're just scratch parts for everybody to play along with that we plan on replacing later. Once I know that I have this foundation of my song recorded to a steady tempo, a consistent tempo, we can turn the click track off at that point, and basically the initial tracks that you recorded then become the click track. Now let's fast forward and get to the editing phase of the project. And let's just say that we decide we wanted to switch the first and second verse, or maybe we want to move the chorus to another part of the song. We can move things wherever we want to move them, we can edit things, we can switch things out, and we don't have to worry about any sudden tempo changes between edit points. Or maybe our favorite take of the lead guitar falls off the tempo at one part and sounds a little bit sloppy. We can easily lock that guitar part back in place and save the performance. Now, some people have a harder time than others playing along with a metronome, and I get it. It can be really unnatural if you're not used to doing it. But if you are choosing to record with a click track, here are a few ideas and tips that I've learned along the way. First, make sure that you find the correct tempo for the song. Turn the metronome on and play along with it. If you feel like you're constantly rushing and getting ahead of it, your tempo might be too slow. And likewise, if you feel like you're constantly dragging and trying to keep up with the click might be too fast. Find that sweet spot with the tempo where it feels the most natural before you start recording. The next tip I have for recording with a click track is that you don't need to use the default sound of the click or metronome. Most recording software programs these days will allow you to customize and change the sound of your click. Or, if that doesn't work, you can always grab a drum loop and just loop it out for the duration of your song and start off by playing with that. Again, our goal with the click track is to simply establish a consistent tempo so we can build a strong foundation to build our song on top of. Tip number 3 is that if you're going to record with a click, you want to make sure you practice with a click. If you play to a metronome often enough to become comfortable with it, not only will you be a better musician as a result, but it'll allow you to go into a studio and put forth a great performance even when you're recording to a click track. The last tip that I have for recording with a click track is don't be afraid to change your mind. Now, I said early on in this video that it's important to make this decision before you start producing the song, but if you get in to record the song and it's just not working out and it doesn't sound right and you realize it's because you're trying to play to this forced click track, well then ditch the click track and record without it and see if it works out better. Don't forget that our goal is just to capture something that's enjoyable to listen to. And if the click track's getting in the way of that, it's not worth it. Just remember that if you do decide to change your mind and ditch the click track, it's going to change the rest of the process in this production, and just adjust accordingly. So that's all I've got for you guys on this one, but I would love to continue the conversation. So leave all your comments, questions, feedback below, and I'll definitely get back to you. If you like this video, please give it the thumbs up. And if you haven't done so already, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, as well as the bell icon so you can be notified whenever new videos go live. As always, thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you next time.